Hi, peeps. Welcome back to the It's Your Life and Your Choice Too podcast. And this is a side segment called Alley Ups and Alley Oops. And we are currently recording episode 8. Getting there. Getting there. uh, it's been a little bit of a morning for me. A lot of emotions. Kids started school. And I want to talk about, with this episode, about mistakes. How we all are human and we make mistakes. However, it's up to us on whether or not we grow from said mistakes or we just keep repeating those mistakes till something bad happens. And I made a grave mistake last week that I'm going to have to fix today. It's okay. I understand. Um, there's a lot of factors that are involved in this. So I'm going to go in with no assumptions, no nothing. I'm just going to listen to what needs to be said, what I'm supposed to get done, and then make sure it's done properly this time. And also, I'm going back to the beginning, the basics, all of that. I'm choosing to do so this myself, um, so these mistakes don't happen again. So that's my little tidbit for this morning. A lot of mixed emotions. I'm gonna try to be happy today, and because that's a choice, it really is. I'm going to go in with my head held high, not on a high horse, just my head held high, saying, you know what? Yep, I'm human. I made a mistake. I'm going to fix it, and I'm going to do it right this time, and I'm going to be better from here on out. So this never happens again. And that's what I want to talk about mistakes with you guys. That yeah, we're human. Mistakes are going to happen. However, it's how you choose to fix the said mistakes, grow from them, learn from them, so then you don't repeat them. Because otherwise, if you just want to go in and you're going to have a chip on your shoulder and act like you're not the problem or that you didn't do anything wrong, then how are you ever going to learn and change and be willing to put your listening ears on rather than wanting, okay, prime example, listen to understand rather than listening to respond. You have to be willing to take confrontation. You have to be willing to take these things, like whenever you're handed a bad deck of cards and no fault but of your own, and they say, all right, well, this is what happened. You have to be willing to say, you know what? Yes, I take accountability. Oh, that's a big word. That's a hard word, too. I take accountability for my responsibility of not doing what I was supposed to do up to 100% par, or at least coming close to it, because nobody's perfect. We're going to make minor mistakes, but when we make the big ones, you have to take accountability on those big mistakes and make sure that you rectify that you reconcile whatever that you did, apologize for it, and not just say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I did this. I'm sorry, I made this mistake." Just let's say, using example, because of my road rage, I'm sorry, I made the mistake of yelling at another person because they were bebopping through traffic, and I did not fully know their situation, and they could be on their way to the hospital right now. So I apologize for my mistake of getting angry and frustrated with a situation that I don't know the full details of. That's, I mean, yeah, that traffic is. I just use that randomly, but you get the point, right? I mean, I can use another one like, um, I apologize for how I misspoke, and I will make sure next time that I think before I speak and also try to articulate my words correctly so I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings and I don't also step out of line with what I'm trying to say and be within boundaries. Another example, I just kind of shooting them out there right now because I'm not going into full details of what happened. Um, it's just plain and simple. I made a grave mistake. I'm learning from it. I understand what I did wrong, and there's some other details that are being left out as of right now because that discussion hasn't fully been had yet. However, I'm still choosing prior to this discussion being had, knowing some of the mistakes that have been made without all the details fully laid out yet. I am wanting to make sure I take accountability of my own, and I'm going to be doing certain things in place so this doesn't happen again. Because we may be put under pressure, however, it's not to break us. This could have been worse. I could have um granted I haven't made many mistakes like this. This is honestly the first one. Um However, I could have lost my job. I mean, this is a particular business that you have to be on point with this stuff. And I'm grateful for the manager that I have and the job that I have. And I'm grateful that God is teaching me, hey, you've got something good here. However, I need you to make these necessary changes, change your habits so you can be more on point with some of this stuff, that you're catching these things. Um, I just I want to be better, and that's what I'm striving for and what I'm trying to do. So you guys, again, as I've already stated in previous podcasts, you guys are seeing this real time. That I am human. I am making mistakes. I'm not just shooting this stuff out here to say, well, this is what you need to do. I'm having issues in my own life because of my poor choices, and I'm learning from them. This just isn't going to happen overnight. I've said this time and time again that you have to be willing to accept that you've made the mistakes, take said accountabilities, and move forward with your life and grow from them. I have utmost faith that you guys are going to grow and be amazing human beings. But I want to make sure that you guys know real time that I'm not just saying this to say it. I'm growing, I'm healing, and we're all human. So that's the biggest point of my podcast is I want to show, especially the side segment, alley ups and alley oops, that us influencers don't got it all right. We don't know all the answers. We don't have everything figured out. That we make mistakes too. So I'm shining a real light on actual reality of everything. Because some influencers don't show you the ugly, the bad. They don't show you some of the mistakes they made. Some do, but not many. They just paint you a picture that they want you to see. I'm not trying to paint any pictures for anyone. I'm trying to actually show you, hey, I messed up. And this is how I'm going about changing it and fixing it. We all have potential. It's up to us at the end of the day as to what we're willing to do to get to our higher selves. This isn't always easy for me to want to jump in and do a podcast because I may be struggling. I'm like today. I have a lot of mixed emotions going on. but I'm still coming in here and omitting as well, to my shame, my embarrassments. This isn't just something that's going to happen overnight. I don't have a huge following. I'm excited to possibly get one, but I don't expect it because not many people are willing to make these changes. I may reach just two, maybe three people, maybe just one person. I may not reach hundreds or even thousands of people. And I have accepted that. And I don't have set expectations as to where I want this podcast to exactly go. I'm just trying to do this because I truly want to help other people. And I'm having to accept the fact that I may never get popular. However, again, may was the big key word in there. May. Because anything can happen. Tomorrow's not promised. But I'm going to continue to stick to this because I truly do want to help you guys and I'm trying to help myself and grow in the process. I'm tired of my bad habits, that I'm making these necessary changes and I want to do it with others. So that's the point of me doing all this. I've wanted to do a podcast for over a year, and it took me over a year to get this started. I've wanted to influence people, though I had the wrong persona of it. I had the idea of, oh, well, I'm going to get big and famous, and I'm going to be entertaining, and this and that. And I was shooting for clout. I was like, I needed the attention. I had to have it. And then I was put in a season of being alone, of understanding that, well, maybe I really don't want people in my business like that. But then I understood maybe I need to look at it from a different direction, that I'm okay about talking about some of these things because it's real life stuff. Like, this is actually going on. And eventually, once the main podcast gets up and going, then you're going to hear other people's real life stories. And you're going to be able to see, okay, oh, you might cringe like I have before, hearing other people's testimony and be like, "Ooh, I've done that before." And be like, okay, maybe there's some things I have to work on because I don't want to be this person. I don't want to be viewed this way. If someone has a bad viewpoint of me, I understand. I've done some things to make people hate me. There's people out there that have done bad things to me and they give me that viewpoint of themselves. Not everyone wants that, but it happens. And I've accepted that there's people that are just simply going to hate me for being me. There's people that are going to hate me for my past actions aren't willing to accept growth. And if they would just come to me, I'd be willing to apologize and say, yeah, I messed up. I'm going to take accountability and admit that I was a horrible human being. Nobody really is perfect in this life. There is people out there that view you as a terrible, rummy person. And there's other people that absolutely love and adore you because they know you for who you are. There's some people that you've met just briefly and maybe had a bad interaction with them, but that brief moment already set in their mind what they view you as. So it's how you move forward after all of this, is how you're going to then grow, change, attract the people that are like minded, that want to do the same as you. Because maybe you are stuck being around people that are bad influencers. The saying goes, show me your friends and I'll know who you are. It's a real thing. I have one close friend. She is my best friend out in Texas, but we're not that close because of the distance between us. When we talk, we talk. But a lot of times we may go a week to 2 weeks without talking to each other. And that's because life be lifing. Things are happening. And I quite often get into these periods of being antisocial. And it's nothing against anyone. It's just there's so much going on that if you're not physically here and where I can interact with you, then reaching out via phone is a little bit harder for me. I'm also autistic and I don't like texting that much. I really prefer phone calls because then tonality can be added into what's being said. But that's just how I am. And I've really taken a step back of trying to let people in to my life because I've learned the hard way you can't trust everybody. And exactly that. Like people really do influence your actions. I when I choose to talk about this, about what happened with my roommate situation, when I lived with one of my really close friends, that changed a lot. And I realized I was picking up on some of her actions because they were influencing me. Nothing against her and who she is as a human being. It's just that's not who I want to be. And a lot of people see me as, oh, I'm a pushover. I'm too nice. Whatever. I don't like being mean to people. I don't like drama. I don't like, I don't like the hate. Yeah, I know my road rage. Yeah, yeah. I'm working on it. I truly do not like being mean to people. And with that being said, there's a difference between being mean to someone and setting healthy boundaries that you're not being pushed over, that you're not being walked on. You can still stand your ground, but not be mean, not put someone else down. But then again, like I said, all of this goes back to we got to take accountability for our mistakes. We got to be willing to grow from them, to learn from them, understand that we're human. These things are going to happen. For me, when I make a mistake, I get sad. I feel terrible. And that's just because I'm just like, I don't like anyone being upset with me because I made a mistake. Again, I get we're human. I truly, like, it really, like, hurts my heart when I have made a mistake to either hurt someone, to upset someone, whatever the case may be, and I want to rectify that. I don't want anyone to be mad at me. I've had to learn the hard way that my poor choices are the reason why I lost certain people in my life, why some relationships failed because of my poor choices. Some of them were not meant to work out. That's a whole different thing. However, the ones that, whether it was actually I was in a relationship, a friendship type of relationship, um, coworker, whatever, like work environment, so on and so forth, I don't like the fact that there is people out there that view me as a poor person, a bad human being. And I'm trying now to do my best to not put on that persona anymore, to not give out that part of me that I used to be. So yes, people can tell you, oh well, she used to do this, she's done this, this. It's all in the past. I've changed. And yeah, I've done terrible things. Who hasn't? But now it's up to me and some things to the other person if they have to be willing to come to me. But from here forward, any other people that I interact with, I'm going to choose to be the bigger person, the better person, no matter the situation or the scenario. Rather than hating on someone, being mean to them, understand that there's factors we truly don't know. We can't read people's minds. We can't. So sorry for this rambling and going on and on. People probably already tuned out by now. It's okay. It's fine. But for those of you who did stay and listen, thank you. It's been a pleasure. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is kind of a different podcast just because I'm wanting to show I'm human, and I also wanted to get it out that, yeah, I messed up, but I'm going to try to fix it. So it helps me have a little bit more of a clairvoyant mind going into the counseling that I'm going to have, and then fixing my mistake. Okay? So thank you for tuning in. If you do want to send in an email and you possibly want to get your email read on the podcast, then you can send in an email to it's your life, period, your choice to the number 2 at Gmail. And just be careful with what you write. It's all going to be read anonymously. Um, be watchful for some of the words, the verbiage that you use, add details, and please try not to play the pity me party, like woe is me. Um, have accountability in there. Make sure, like, if you're talking about another person, that you're also talking about how some of the actions that you did that led up to this situation. But I do look forward to hearing from you guys. Also, it'd be really awesome if you guys could like, follow, share the content, subscribe, anything. It truly helps me, and it helps get this to other people, to reach more people out there, so we can all heal and we can all learn. Say bye with Kitty too. Thank you. You guys have a great day. I appreciate you.